Deliberative dialogues encourage students to learn conversational skills and to actively engage over controversial or difficult topics. These topics are often political, and the Deliberative Dialogue program is ultimately helping to depolarize the current political environment in America.
Being a facilitator and having to be like the neutral party, it's important to recognize where everybody's coming from, like with their own backgrounds, their own ideas, their own cultural beliefs.
The goal of these dialogues at the end of the day isn't necessarily to change someone's opinion, but it's trying to give them perspective. It's trying to make them acknowledge and understand where other people are coming from.
I have learned so much. Nothing teaches you more than being put in a room full of freshmen that think that they know everything. Honestly, people come here thinking that they know everything when they're 18. And so it's just interesting to hear that perspective.
Sometimes people just want to argue. Sometimes people just want to argue and that they want to be right. And that's not the point of dialogues.
I think a lot of times our tendency is to listen to argue and not listen to learn. So I've really learned about the importance of sitting there and actually hearing what everybody else is saying.
Sometimes the person who says the most actually says the least, and the person who says the least actually says the most.
You can't get past any issue that we face as a country, as a state, as a town at all without just talking to the people around you, listening to different perspectives, and that's exactly what these dialogues do.
These topics are really hot topics in society today, so I think it provides an environment and a place for people to have these really difficult conversations in an environment that's healthy, that encourages people to share their opinions without fear of judgment. And I think mainly what we want to see is we want to see people interacting in a way that's productive, instead of just a lot of times in the political environment, there's a lot of yelling and arguing and not a lot of listening. So it really allows people to actually hear what the other side has to say.
My favorite part of facilitating a deliberative dialogue is when I walk away having learned a new point from something that someone else has said in the group.
Faculty have really enjoyed having deliberative dialogues in their classroom because it teaches students not only these critical skills about polarization and how to talk to one another, but these are really applicable skills to everyone's day-to-day life.
Yeah, for democracy, you have to be able to talk about the things that matter to you. You have to be able to broaden your perspective for voters and elected representatives.
So I wouldn't necessarily say I've come out of a dialogue with people completely changing their opinions, but I have definitely seen people be more receptive to other opinions and even just be willing to listen and acknowledge other people's opinions and their validity.